Hi everyone, my name is Sarah McElroy, and I'm the Undersecretary General of ECOSOC and Specialized Committees at GLOMUN. I am so glad that you decided to join us for one of our most unique committee simulations. If you are watching this video, you are probably a delegate who has been assigned to one of the following three committees: the World Health Organization, World Bank 2010, or the Ancient Maya City Council. Understandably, you might have a few questions about the parliamentary procedure that your specific committee will be following. These committees aren't general assemblies, but they also aren't crisis committees. So, what are they exactly? Well, you've come to the right place. Let's begin with the World Health Organization. The WHO is a specialized agency that reports to the Economic and Social Council of the UN. And of these three committees, its procedural rules of debate are definitely the most straightforward. In fact, it will be using the same parliamentary procedure as our General Assemblies. For this reason, I recommend that any viewers of this video who will serve as delegates in the WHO, please go over to the General Assembly Delegate Training video presented by Letitia Park, which can also be found on this YouTube channel. That video goes into further detail about the parliamentary procedure that you will find during your WHO simulation on August 1st and 2nd. Next, we have World Bank 2010. You might have been in a simulation of the World Bank before, but you have never been in a committee quite like this one. Like the WHO, the World Bank is a specialized agency that reports to the Economic and Social Council of the UN. Unlike our WHO simulation, however, this committee transports its delegates back to the year 2010, and it addresses the agenda on the table from an actual World Bank meeting that took place in 2010, addressing the 2008 financial crisis. In this committee, all of the events from the past 10 years, economic or otherwise, have not yet happened, not even COVID. It is up to you as delegates holding the specific viewpoints of your country's respective World Bank executives from the year 2010 to address and mitigate the long-term economic impact of the 2008 financial crisis. Other than the fact that this committee is set 10 years ago, there is one other key difference between the World Bank and our General Assemblies and WHO committee. At the beginning of your first committee session, you will have the opportunity, after roll call is taken, to vote on the method by which you will be drafting solutions to the topic at hand. You have two options, the first of which is a working paper, followed by a draft resolution, the method that is employed in all of the aforementioned committees. Within the final draft resolution, your chairs will want to see all of the following topics addressed: targeting the poor and vulnerable, creating opportunities for economic growth, promoting collective global action, strengthening governance, and preparing for future crises. Understandably, this might sound like a lot of content to cover over the course of one resolution, and for this reason, your other option would be to employ a system in which you address each of these individual topics using budgets. An example of what your chairs will look for in a budget can be found in your topic guide. Each budget would cover a specific problem that the committee is facing, and they would be voted on in the same style as directives. If this style of solution crafting is voted upon, the committee would be extremely fast-paced because the dais would expect for many different budgets to pass over the course of the conference. This committee would not exactly resemble a crisis because you will not have portfolio powers and there will be no crisis backroom. Your chairs, however, will reserve the right to incorporate any crisis update that they deem fitting, given the budgets that have been passed in the event that the debate grows stale. A given crisis update might dictate what you will want to focus on for your next budget. Crisis updates are not guaranteed to be a component of this committee, but the last thing that we want in this committee is for debate to grow repetitive. So we will reserve the right to incorporate one or several crisis updates as needed. In summary, for the World Bank 2010 delegates watching this video, it would be in your best interests to watch both the General Assembly Delegate Training video, located on this channel, in case you vote on using the working paper turned draft resolution style, as well as the Crisis Delegate Training video, presented by Apurva Desai, also located on this YouTube channel, in case you vote on using the budget style, while keeping in mind that only certain crisis elements would be used in this situation. Regardless of this committee's solution-making format, it is sure to be a stimulating simulation that will develop your stamina and your ability to think critically and creatively. Last but not least, we have our Ancient Maya City Council Committee. Unlike the previous two committees, this committee, of course, is not a specialized agency that reports to the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. In this committee, the year is 850 AD, and the Maya civilization is collapsing. You are assuming the role of a political, economic, religious, or military leader of the Maya civilization in order to address the issues of environmental failure, foreign invasion, and civil unrest. You will be addressing each of these individual topics using public directives, like in a crisis committee. For this reason, expect the committee to be fast-paced, as the dais will expect many directives to pass over the course of this conference. These public directives can be a bit longer than those that you would typically see in a crisis committee in order to compensate for the fact that you will not have portfolio powers. In other words, you will not be writing any personal directives or crisis notes. Also, while there will be no crisis backroom, there will be periodic crisis updates from your chairs as the Maya civilization grows closer and closer to its collapse, unless, of course, you as delegates find a way to remedy the situation. Your chairs will incorporate any crisis update that they deem fit, given the flow of debate and current topics of conversation. A given crisis update might dictate what you will want to focus on for your next directive. You can expect the chairs to introduce at least 1 or 2 updates per committee session as the current situation evolves. In summary, for the Ancient Maya City Council delegates watching this video, it would be in your best interests to watch the Crisis Delegate Training video located on this YouTube channel, while keeping in mind that there will be no explicit portfolio powers in this committee, no crisis notes/personal directives, and no crisis backroom. The Secretariat of GLOMUN is confident that delegates of our one-of-a-kind Ancient Maya City Council Committee will have a Model UN experience unlike any other. So these were our 3 ECOSOC and Specialized committees. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at specialized@glomun.org. You can also find individual contact information for your respective committee chairs located within your respective committee's background guides located on our GLOMUN website. Thank you so much, stay safe, and I wish you all the very best of luck at GLOMUN.